The harsh fluorescent lights of a busy supermarket flickered above as carts rolled past and shelves overflowed with products. In the middle of all that noise and movement, a quiet moment of struggle unfolded, almost unseen by anyone. A young mother stood in front of the baby formula shelf, frozen in place. Her sweater was loose on her thin frame, and her tired eyes showed the toll of many sleepless nights caring for her newborn. In her arms, she held her baby close, wrapped in a faded blanket. At her side, her older child tugged softly on her hand, whispering if they could please go home soon. The mother slowly reached out, picked up a can of baby formula, and glanced at the price. For a second, there was hope in her eyes, but it disappeared just as fast when she looked into her wallet at a few wrinkled bills. With a heavy sigh, she carefully put the can back on the shelf. It was a small action, but it carried the weight of heartbreak. A few steps away, a man in a sharp black suit had stopped walking. He had been passing by unnoticed, but when his eyes landed on the young mother, something inside him stirred. He was a millionaire, a man who had spent years building wealth, power, and influence. But in that single moment, all his money meant nothing compared to the sight of a mother unable to buy the milk her baby needed. He watched as she turned away, shoulders slouched, her child pressing closer for comfort. And something deep inside him shifted. If you believe in kindness, in second chances, and in the idea that even one small act of compassion can change someone's life forever, take a moment right now to like this video, share it with others, comment what kindness means to you, and subscribe to Kindness Corner. Together we can spread hope where it matters most. Her name was Emily, and life had been cruel to her. Just 1 year earlier, she had a husband, a small home, and dreams of raising a happy family. But tragedy struck suddenly. Her husband was killed in an accident, leaving her alone with 2 children and endless bills. Emily worked wherever she could, cleaning houses, picking up late-night shifts at a diner. But no matter how much she tried, the money never stretched far enough. Rent, electricity, groceries. It was a constant battle. And that's how she ended up in that supermarket aisle, painfully aware that even 1 can of formula was out of reach. The man in the black suit was named Jonathan. He had only come to the store for something simple, a bottle of water before heading to his next meeting. He was never meant to be there at that exact place and time. But sometimes life puts people at crossroads they never expect. Jonathan could have kept walking. He could have told himself it wasn't his problem, just another shopper trying to get by. But the sight of Emily putting back that can of formula stayed with him. For the first time, he felt his wealth wasn't just privilege, it was responsibility. He followed from a distance, careful not to alarm her. He watched as Emily picked up only the cheapest essentials, a loaf of bread, a few marked-down vegetables, and a pack of diapers she debated over for far too long before placing it reluctantly in her basket. Each choice seemed like a painful calculation, every item weighing on her mind like gold. At the checkout, her stress became even clearer. She counted her money twice, smiled weakly at the cashier as if to apologize in advance, and gently hushed her baby when he cried. Her little girl stood quietly by her side, clutching her sweater, watching the groceries being scanned. But Jonathan noticed something else. Emily's eyes kept drifting back toward the formula aisle, filled with longing and sadness, before she forced herself to look away. Jonathan stood nearby, pretending to browse candy, but his thoughts were racing. He had built his empire on business deals and hard choices, always chasing the next success. Yet nothing he had ever earned stirred his heart like this. For years, he had lived behind walls of wealth, forgetting what it meant to truly feel another person's pain. As Emily left the store, her few groceries in hand, Jonathan knew what he had to do. Outside, the afternoon sun cast long shadows across the parking lot. Emily walked slowly, her crying baby in one arm and her daughter's hand in the other. Her car was an old, beaten-down sedan that looked like it had weathered too many winters. She carefully placed the groceries inside, treating each item like it was precious. Her daughter climbed quietly into the back seat. Jonathan approached, calmly, his step steady but filled with purpose. Not wanting to alarm her, he spoke softly. explaining that he had seen her in the store and wanted to help. Emily froze, immediately cautious. Life had taught her not to trust easily, especially strangers offering help. She shook her head, saying she couldn't accept charity, her pride fighting against her reality. But Jonathan's sincerity was clear. His voice carried no pity, only genuine care. Slowly, Emily lowered her guard. When Jonathan handed her a bag with the baby formula and extra groceries he had quickly purchased, her eyes filled with tears. And that wasn't all. Jonathan gave her his contact information, telling her he wanted to do more. Not as charity, but as a way of giving back. Emily hesitated, unsure if she could trust him. But over the next few weeks, Jonathan proved he was serious. He helped her get childcare support, arranged a better-paying job at one of his companies, and connected her with housing assistance so she could move into a safer, more stable home. It didn't happen overnight, but slowly Emily's life began to turn around. She could finally sleep without the constant fear of how she would feed her children. Her daughter laughed more freely. Her baby grew stronger. Step by step, hope returned to their lives. And Jonathan changed too. For years he had measured success with profits and business deals. But through Emily and her children, he discovered something richer. The joy of making a real difference. He became more than just a helper. He became a friend. He spent time with Emily's daughter, who grew close to him quickly. He admired Emily's quiet strength and resilience. One evening, as the sun set and painted the sky in shades of orange and gold, Jonathan stood on the porch of Emily's modest new home. He watched as she gently rocked her baby, peace returning to her face. And in that moment, Jonathan realized the greatest wealth he had ever gained wasn't in his bank account. It was here, in this connection, in knowing that kindness had changed a life forever. If this story touched your heart, please show your support. Like this video, share it, subscribe to Kindness Corner, and leave a comment about what this story means to you. Your engagement helps us continue sharing powerful stories of hope, love, and second chances. And before you go, we'd love to hear from you. What's one act of kindness you'll never forget, whether you gave it or received it? Share it in the comments below. Because in the end, kindness costs nothing, but its impact can mean everything. And sometimes just one act, one choice, can completely change the course of someone's life.